Wild rice is actually neither wild or rice. In fact, it's not even a grain. It's a semi-aquatic grass that is grown naturally around the Great Lakes region in North America. But these days it's cultivated mostly in California, Minnesota, or harvested from natural bodies of water in Canada. It has a really nutty flavor and a really pleasant, chewy texture. And it's even easier to cook than white rice. Here's how. First, rinse your rice to remove any extra starch, any dust, any impurities. Now, the good news here is that there's no ratio to worry about when you're dealing with wild rice. Just cook it in lots of water. If you're hung up on ratios, use a 4-to-1 ratio to make sure you have enough water for the rice. Now you're going to pop this on the stove and bring it to a boil. Now, when that comes to a boil, we're going to add about a teaspoon of salt to that liquid and let it cook that way so it seasons the rice. If you want to add more flavor, you could cook it in chicken stock or vegetable stock or mushroom stock instead of water. You could add some dried or fresh herbs to the pot, some spices. You could add a couple smashed cloves of garlic, maybe a little bit of butter. 45 minutes it's going to simmer, and then I'm going to test it just to make sure that it is tender enough, but still somewhat chewy. When it's just a little bit chewy but tender, it's ready to go. What we do now is drain all that liquid away. The next step is to take a clean kitchen towel, drape it over the pot, put the lid back on, and let it steam just for 10 minutes. Turned off, this is going to absorb any extra moisture in the rice. After 10 minutes, that towel is going to have absorbed some extra moisture, allowing your rice to be fluffy. That's the goal. Fluffy, and it's also the next step. Fluff the rice with a nice rice paddle, and then you're done. You've cooked the wild rice. Now you can serve this just as a side dish if you like, and to dress it up just a very little, you're going to add just a few ingredients. You can add some fresh parsley. You could add any fresh herbs. Some chives would be nice. Some dried cranberries. Some toasted chopped pecans. Beautiful. All these flavors. Add a little butter if you like, or a drizzle of olive oil, and you have a delicious wild rice side dish. Now, wild rice can also go into soups. It's often paired with mushrooms. It's beautiful in a mushroom soup, or it can go in salads. You can do a lot with wild rice, and it's really easy to cook.